Hey everyone, it's Agnach here and welcome to another video. On today's video I will be showing all of our triples from the Global Clash Cup which we just had against Existence. It was a fun tournament, and after many weeks in the group stages the last 16 teams made it to the playoffs, and out of these 16 Existence and us made it to the finals. We ended up losing the war 43 to 45. We came very close to the perfect war, but we were short by 2 bases. After the war, there were some issues that had to be sorted to find out the winner of the cup. We're still waiting on that, and however, in this video I'll be showing you the triples we had in this war. These were the bases and air was mainly used. We had lots of dragbat, but we also had a couple of Sapquake Lalos and E-Drag attack, and in terms of ground attacks we also had a Queen Walk Hog attack and a couple of Yeti attacks as well that I'll be showing you now. We start with Maestro's attack. He's coming in with the dragbat. This was a really nice attack. So he puts his ass going with the queen at 4 o'clock and the king on 11 o'clock just to create both sides of the funnel. Both sweepers are pointing to those directions as well. So he's getting rid with the king against the RC, and the queen is getting rid of the enemy king. Brings his RC as well just to continue with a bit of a funnel on that side. The single is on the RC, uses the ability, and that's all she wrote. And now he brings the loons with the drags to go straight into the eagle compartment. Also most of the splash damage is up there with the whiz towers and the eagle. Just a little bit down is the scatters, so perfect to get rid of the splash with your drags when you're coming with the dragbat. Now he sends his blimp from behind. Perfectly placed blimp is exactly in between the 2 sweepers, which means that it's not going to be getting pushed at all. He goes all the way into the town hall, comes down, and I believe he's got the sneaky columns in the town hall, in the blimp, and the town hall goes down. He puts the bats on top of the scatter, which is another good move. That way the scatter cannot hit the bats whatsoever due to its radius, and uses the first freeze on the single. Now it's only the Teslas, the only thing that can kill his bats, but he still has 2 freezes left. He decides not to use them and just wreck the base. And this base is done. Now just the containers, which the dragons are going to be able to go through it with the bats. And yeah, he swags the 2 free spells. Really nice attack by Maestro. And yeah, we had a few more dragbats throughout the war, which I'll show you later. Now we've got Benji with the Sapquake Lalo, so he Sapquakes the middle with the CC. And now he's coming in, the king at 9 o'clock. I believe he's going to be suing his heroes, or his idea is to sue the heroes into the town hall. Brings the Ice Golem and the Super Wall Breaker. They continue that pathing. Brings his queen in with that little hole in the corner. Sometimes it's really hard to make your queen path inside unless if you make a really good funnel, which Benji did. So the queen goes inside and goes into the town hall. Now he brings his RC just to help with the defenses around the town hall as well, getting rid of them. Uses the RC ability and the queen ability. That's going to be getting rid of at least one of the Expos. And maybe the second expo also goes down. The king is still alive, and now he's got a nice L-shaped path for his Lalo. Sends the slammer with the first lava and the second lava and the loons. Now they're all going towards the queen. He's got a dragon in his slammer to be able to get rid of the queen as well, which now pops, and the dragon is now on the queen. Loons are still going around, freezes the eagle and the scatter. He still has his warden ability. The RC is now hitting the loons, but uses the warden ability, so they get rid of the scatter, the expo, and some of the pups are going to be able to damage the RC as well, but she doesn't go down, and the dragon gets stuck on the enemy king which would have been nicer if he gets stuck on the RC, because this RC is now killing all of his loons. It was looking like a massive overkill with all the loons that he had left, but it gets quite close towards the end. Well, not really close, but he ends up without loons. Now he just has a lot of minions, the lava pups and the dragon to finish this base. Nicely done by Benji with the Sapquake Lalo. Now we've got TK coming in with the Queen Walk Hogs. So he uses the king to funnel his queen. He wants her to walk up that channel towards the enemy queen and all the way up to the town hall. Uses the blimp to get rid of that single inferno and AD, which might be hitting his healers when she walks up there. Uses the freeze for one of the expos and the enemy queen. That way he can save her ability. The AD and the single go down to the blimp, and he uses the rage day. If they're good, they might be able to get rid of that scatter. They get rid of the scatter as well. He continues walking up. He uses that whiz around 10 just to continue trimming the buildings on the outside and making sure the queen stays in that path. Gets rid of the enemy king as well. The Agnach comes out. He poisons it. There's a couple of headhunters, but there's only a whiz tower hitting her and the headhunter, so she can take her time. The headhunter dies from the poison. Lava will explode. It explodes now, and she just has to get rid of the pups. He just wants to make sure that the queen is going all the way up to the town hall before deploying his hogs. Although now here they come just from the south. It's all of the hogs. The good thing with going with mass hogs instead of minus is that you don't have to trim the outsides. They will just go defense to defense. So if there's a couple of defenses on the outside, you can do what TK just did, just putting a couple of hogs in each defense just to make sure that your main pack remains in the center of the base. Queen gets rid of the town hall. Now all the hogs are coming up. Uses the last heal on the scatter shot. There's a giant bomb there, so perfectly placed healed. He still has one more freeze left. He's got a lot of hogs. He still has the RC ability, the queen ability. This base is crushed. So he swagged both abilities and the free spell for the triple. Now there's only that clan castle there, but uses the RC ability and the hogs can jump. Nicely done by TK. The next attack, we've got Joel coming in against Rigo Torres, and he's also using the Sapquake Lalo. So he's gonna be using it on the clan castle, so let's see what the value he gets. He's waiting for the queen to walk towards the clan castle so that he can sap her as well. Zaps her down, uses 7 zaps to kill the queen, and then uses the earthquake to damage the eagle, the expo, bring the clan castle down, and also the sweeper gets damaged. Brings baby dragon a couple of loons just to trim the sides. With the ice golem and the queen walking in, he has his super wall breaker going into that single inferno compartment. King is trimming some more of the buildings, and the king is now going to be walking in towards that compartment. Uses the king ability now that the single is targeting the king. Tornado trap goes off, which is good. Now he knows that his loons aren't going to be getting stuck on the tornado trap, and now the queen goes into the channel that he wanted towards the town hall. The RC getting rid of some of the outside defenses as well, and gonna be able to get rid of one of the ADs. Queen brings the town hall down with her ability, and he's just trying to get rid of that Tesla farm that just popped at 9. With a few minions just getting rid of buildings. Now he starts his main push from 5 o'clock with the slammer and a couple of lavas and the loons flying all around and joining into that single inferno going towards the eagle and scatter. He freezes that, which is really good. Now the lava is flying all the way to the last AD. pulling all the mines, and uses the warning ability over the scatter just to make sure his loons stay alive. The enemy RC is still hitting his loons, and the dragon is stuck again on the enemy king, but the rest of his loons have a really nice split and they end up getting rid of the scatter, and now there's only one Whiz tower left. He's got plenty of loons left, and that goes down. Really nicely done by Joel against Rigo. And here we've got Nico coming in with a mass E-drag attack. So he sends a few loons into the arch tower just to get rid of it, and that way it allows E-drag just to spend a bit more time without anything targeting it. He's got another E-drag at 6, just creating the other side of the funnel. The main thing with this E-drag spam is you just want to be able to make a really good funnel for the E-drags to go into the base. Now he's going towards the town hall, tornado trap goes off, and he still has his warning ability, which he's going to be using now, just on top of the town hall, perfectly used. Now the slammer breaks towards the eagle, which is good as well, uses the freeze for the inferno and the enemy queen. All of his E-drags are in the center, which is exactly what you want, and then they're going to be flying towards the scatter, which he just froze. Make sure they don't damage the E-drags as much. He uses another freeze. Now some of the loons from the slammer go towards the single inferno, and he finally uses his RC. Now there's only one AD targeting air and the Tesla, which the dragons are going towards now. Now he only has those two E-drags and the RC left, but there's not much left on the base, and it's just going to be a cleanup now. Nicely done by Nico. Hope you enjoyed the attacks. Now I will leave you with more amazing attacks from this war. If you liked the video, don't forget to press the like button and subscribe to the channel, and I'll see you next time. See ya.
Feel my heart, it's beat tight. All my body's breathing, it's just you and me. I'm so caught in this, but so lost deep in it, can't stop. I'm forever the one you call. Let's free fall. I'm so caught This bittersweet heat is suffocating. I'm waiting and always hesitating. Kryptonite desires set my heart afire. Heart on fire. Set my heart afire. With crimson secrets and forbidden bliss, can't stay still, don't stop that thrill. My bones crave your skin, temptation within, mistakes ignite the silence. Nightmares creep while you and me repeat. This bittersweet heat is suffocating. I'm waiting and always hesitating. Kryptonite desires set my heart afire.